Greetings everyone and welcome back to the Horde. I am Misal Dragon. Today we'll be going over if another is or isn't furry. This one is going to be Sweet Tooth, the original Netflix series. Yes, I have seen all of season 1 and so far I think I can say my conclusion, but I do need to explain why I think this, since to others it may not make sense. Now let's get to it, shall we? So first I need to explain what Sweet Tooth is so no one is confused on what I'm talking about. Sweet Tooth is a Netflix original series based on a book series. However, I've never read the books, so I won't say anything about them. We follow the story of a little boy. He seems to be around 11 years old, though I could be off by a little bit. He's also the oldest of the hybrids in the show, and the only one that appears to be deer-related, as well as the main character, so I'll be putting a lot of focus on him. Though there are other hybrids that I may talk about, they aren't the main character, and so I won't be talking about them a lot. Alright, now that that's all out of the way, we can get to the actual video and my thoughts on this. First, let's look at how animal-like the hybrids are, starting with Gus. At first glance, he looks rather human, and he really is. He has deer horns and ears, but other than that, he doesn't look much like a deer. He doesn't have a tail, he doesn't have hooves, he doesn't have a nose like a deer. It's probably why they almost passed him off for human in one episode. Though he is our main character, he isn't the only character we have to look at for reference, so let's move on to one of those. For our second character, we're going to be looking at a girl who has pig attributes named Wendy. She has a nose like a pig, pointed ears, and seems to be very good with mud, but she looks very human. Other than what I mentioned before, I didn't notice anything that made her look more animal than that, so I'll have to move on to the next character and the last hybrid I'll be mentioning by name. Bobby is a groundhog human hybrid that actually looks like it. He doesn't look mostly human, in fact, he looks mostly animal. He talks, though not well, has clothes, seems to be able to eat with a fork and a knife, and is a decent example of a human-animal hybrid, though there are better ones they won't be spoken about unless they are in the show Sweet Tooth. He has groundhog teeth, a fuzzy body, black eyes, and has some other traits as well. He's also the only one that I've noticed that looks this way. The other hybrids seem to be mostly human-like. We can probably guess most hybrids are going to be like Gus or Wendy rather than Bobby. Since I've spoken about all the notable hybrids, you might think we're done here, but you'd be wrong. Meet Bear if you haven't already. She has a group that helps hybrids whenever they can when we first meet her. They also play video games with their characters inspired by their favorite animals and even dress as their favorite animals. They have skulls of their favorite animals that they wear on missions when they can, along with fur of the animal that has fur. However, they don't seem to be doing this because they like anthro animals, only to show their love and support for the hybrids of this world. Now, this isn't a surprise for their group. I just felt like I needed to point out the difference for this video so no one gets confused. Alright, now that I've mentioned all that, I can finally get to the conclusion of this video. It seems Sweet Tooth is barely furry, if at all furry. It seems to be more like the lines of Nico rather than furry. Well, that's all from me today. I hope you have a pleasant rest of your day. So long!